Right now, what a way to end the season with George Reynolds scoring an equaliser.
And that is us. You know, Frank, that is us all season. Never know when we're beaten. You know, a couple of wobbles against Whitby and Lancaster to bounce back mentally the way they did do. And today I thought they were exceptional. You know, to go right to the 94th minute to get the equaliser. You know, and it's huge. It's not just huge because it's the last game of the season. Their bench celebrated like, you know, when they scored that it was mid-season, everything's played for. We did exactly the same. Thought it was a great game of football. Two teams who just didn't want to play towards the end of the season. Craig's done a great job, and you know we wish Morpeth all the best. But it was just a great way to end the season. So many fans here today. You know, so good to celebrate it with some of our junior teams who've lifted, you know, cups and stuff. It's been brilliant. It's been a proper Warrington Rylands day. So you know that goal at the end lifted everybody, and you know, kind of not sent everyone away happy, but sent everyone away knowing that we've come so far as a squad and a club this season. From the doldrums in September to the unbelievable FA Trophy journey that we were on, to the league run that we went on from October, you know, through to March, and you know, to finish where we finished is just a credit to everyone connected to the club, because everyone's done their own bit. So you know, great day, and I'm chuffed that George scored that equaliser at the end.
No, brilliant. I mean, there's a break now ahead for us, but plenty to look forward to in the summer.
Lots of tired bodies, you know. I've just singled out a few in the dressing room there who've, you know, put the bodies on the line every single game. Your Clive Smiths, your Neildies, your Reegs, your Ben Hardcastles, you know, playing every minute of every game. And I've just said, but you know, with that, it's just a group that have full belief in each other. And not only are they a good team, they're a load of best friends as well. You know, it's time to dig each other out. They do it, but it's not personal, it's professional. The time that it's got to celebrate, they do it together. You know, and that's what a manager just dreams of. You know, that core that we're here when I took over. You know, they're still here now and have done really well, and we've added bits to it along the way, which has been great. So, you know, it's just testament. You know, I never want the season to end, but like I said, there are a few tired people, and we're just going to wish everybody a successful break. But you know, for a manager now, my work doesn't stop. It starts again tomorrow. You know, every manager that's worth a salt will be on the phone trying to bring in them 4 or 5 players. I'll be no different. We've already identified our targets. We've had people watched over the last couple of months, so you know, conversations will take place, and hopefully we've got some news early next week, and then you know we'll continue to keep working hard behind the scenes. We'll get ready for pre-season, and it'll be here before you know it.
Yeah. Well, to conclude things, I mean, we're not going to be national until July potentially. So, any message for the supporters?
Before I get to the supporters, just lots of thank yous, you know, from everybody that helps out on match days. I don't want to be naming, you know, kind of every individual because there's so many people, but there's so much what I bought into, belief and togetherness at this football club. It's incredible. You know, I will say special mention to yourself because you know, times it's been good, times it's been bad, times it's been hard. You've always been here. You know, your questions been good. Your interviews, the way you get everything out. You know, the feedback that you give to the lads, the way you turn around the match days, information is incredible. So big thank you. But I don't want to go around and naming every individual. What I will say is that I never had a chance to work for Mark Pye before, and the directors, you know, Andy and Tony, but the support they've given, you know, there's lots of things that stand out, but just to see the chairman's face, the way at Scunthorpe when we won this season, and he was just kind of like letting it all sink in what we've just done. The work that they put in behind the scenes that supporters may know or may not know is just testament to what we do, and we'd be nowhere near without, you know, them 4, and them 4 will thank other people. There'll be loads of people that make this giant cog go round, but they're great, you know. And I, as a manager, you know, they'll always be great, even when it doesn't work out at football clubs. You still congratulate the work that goes on behind the scenes. But I'm hoping it continues to work out because they're great to work for. And finally, you know, supporters, you know, I've seen our fan base grow from September to October. Again, I'll cast mine back to Macclesfield away. There was so many Rylands fans there. Scunthorpe away, there was so many Rylands fans there, but the support's grown. I've never heard people moan. I've never heard people get on anybody's back. It's just it's a togetherness, and you know, me walking in the 1906 lounge before the game and seeing people, you know, seeing the faces and being able to celebrate with them is everything. So clubs are only good as the fans, and we've got a tremendous fan base, and you can see what it means to all the fans. You know, just a 1-1 performance there. So it's thanks to everyone. I hope everyone's enjoyed the season. You know, we from where we was to the chairman saying, can we fight off relegation, to finish where we finished, and the run that we've been on in the trophy is something we've got to celebrate. So final thank you just goes to the group, you know, to my right hand side that have just come through it all season. Brilliant to work with. you know, the dark nights at Sandymore, and cold nights, the times over Christmas that they come in, they've never moaned. We're doing a session day after Boxing Day. We're in a gym in the middle of nowhere, and you know, they just turn up, and they've all been together. And you know, it's not me, it's not Luke, it's not Mike, it's not the staff or even the fans of the club. It's them guys that have got to dig deep, and you know, psychologically they've had to come a long way. You know, when they thought they were going to get in the playoffs, and maybe we didn't. You know, it's hard to deal with, but what you can't question is ever the character and the determination, the hunger. They finished with 4 points out of 6, and I'm hoping that they'll stick around next season. But we know that's probably not likely in football, and people will have their own individual journeys to either go on or to carry on into the next chapter. You never know what happens. So, you know, just to the club, big thank you. Big exceptional season, and I'm going away happy, and I'll have a rest in a couple of weeks when we've got a few signings over the line.
Well, that's it.